Profanity Nation.
Yeah, it's the new era of man for some old school fans with a new school brand. We got money on the mic with the plan in hand. And Stat Pat to his left, they go hand in hand. And to the right, we got Simpster, he putting it down. It's the Profanity Nation, we running the town. Yeah,
It's the Profanity Nation.
Profanity Nation.
Hey, welcome to the Profanity Nation, the voice of the professional fan. We are here every Tuesday night at 8:30 p.m. on infanitytv.com. And as always, I've got my co-host with me, Mr. Money Mike. How you doing, sir?
Yo, summer's over. I'm happy. Let's go ahead and do this.
Get back
Got
to
a lot
work.
to talk about, man.
Get back to work. Get back to work.
Grinding.
Exactly right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Step Pat is in the
Yeah.
house.
Yes, man. It is back to work.
Yeah.
we're right
Unfortunately,
back
like
in it.
literally
Yeah.
back to work.
Yeah, we're
right?
literally back to work. We're right back in it. So, good thing that football started. So we have something to talk about. 3 weeks is for the Lakers in preseason. So we're starting to gear up. Sports.
Everything's starting to rev up.
Yep.
This is like the
Yep.
best.
Yeah.
We're approaching the best sports time of the year.
Oh yeah, because you got the Dodgers that's in the thick of it. So they're going to be playing in
You get to
October.
the postseason for
Hopefully.
baseball. You have football that's in the thick of it, and then you get basketball coming
Yeah.
back. So this is definitely the sweet spot for
Yeah.
us.
Yep.
It's exciting, man.
All
A
right.
lot of stuff has been going on.
Mm.
I've been loving it.
Let's
Great.
get started with this. Let's just go right away into it. Lakers finally complete the deal, sign Christian Wood. Thoughts?
Oh, I like it. I think that's the missing piece when we talk about depth. That's one thing we didn't have before. Like, if AD did get hurt, do we have the necessary pieces to be able to be okay with that?
Which we had
loss?
with Howard and McGee.
Yes.
McGee.
We
back
were
in
able
the
to do
day.
that. So now we can stagger Hayes and also Wood. So you got that now. And then of course we can play two big men, because Christian Wood actually is a decent 3-point shooter. So you have a
Pull him
stretch.
out.
You can be able to stretch him. He can play a lot of. You can allow. He plays good defense, but not great defense, but a good enough defense that AD can thrive in that kind of like that weak side shot blocker role. You know what I'm saying? So it's they can be able to switch on defense. I think if they're both on the court, like I really do think it's going to be beneficial for all of them. But yeah, I like the Christian Wood acquisition.
Mike, we've talked about it in the past here. Laker fans have talked about it before. We all believe the team is best when Anthony Davis plays big. But we all know Anthony Davis doesn't like playing the
He
five.
actually said he didn't.
There you go.
He said,
He told the Lakers that he wanted to play less 5 this year and more 4. Thoughts?
look, me personally, I'm saying okay, just to say okay, and then I'm going to run my offense how it needs to be ran. You know what I'm saying. So
Actually, I
hey,
agree with
if
that,
you don't want to be labeled as or introduced in the starting lineup as a center, cool. But I'm definitely gonna run some plays that gonna have you play the center role. You know what I mean?
You gonna be in the post.
This is just
Yeah.
where
for
you,
a couple of these
this is where
plays.
you just kind of happen to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But no, you forward, man. You're listed. Look, stat sheet.
Yeah.
It says forward. You know what I mean? We'll introduce you as a forward. It's perfectly fine. But you know what I mean? Some plays you're gonna have to be in the paint, and that's where we're gonna throw the ball to.
Well, one thing I was
Is that something wrong with that?
No, there's nothing wrong with that. But think about what I'm having a hard time with him screaming about him wanting to be the 4 is that ever since the bubble, his 3-point shot has been trash. So you can't really be the 4 that you want to be, and you don't have that jump shot. That jump shot is broke. Like, you want to be away from the basket, but you got to make more shots. Right now, it just seems like he doesn't. I mean, look, man, let's be real, dude. Joker put it on him.
See, and that's
Joker put it on him.
and honestly,
I mean, I love
and
JD,
honestly, that's my.
but Joker put it on him.
And
So wait a minute though. Hang on. You're right. Joker put it on him, and the breakthrough, even though it didn't result in a win, was when Hachimura came and they moved AD to where? The 4. Okay. I always have a alternate theory. You know me, I'm always looking deeper, guys. Do you believe that there's more behind this than the actual position? You may have hit the nail on the head.
I think so. Listen, Wemby coming. He don't want to go up against Wemby. He don't.
Wemby's starting on the 4.
He's 7. Okay.
I'm just saying. Spurs said they're
Right.
going to start him as a
All
four.
right, okay.
No, but
So, I mean,
but hang on.
Embiid,
Well, hang on.
like-
Yeah, I don't think he wants to be judged against Embiid, Joker, and these other bigs in the league. So at the end of the year, I think he wants to be judged against power forwards, regardless of how he plays.
Well,
on
that's
the court.
Giannis.
but my question,
Did he want to really be a judge against Giannis? Because at least Giannis.
he's not going anywhere with Jokic.
Well, I know he's not. And then Giannis is more consistent than AD at
Yeah.
this point in the time in the career.
Yeah.
So if he wants to, that's his measuring stick. Giannis does everything that that AD does. However, AD
Way
plays
more
a little bit more. But I say this: AD knows how to play defense better than Giannis. Giannis, I think, uses his athleticism to play defense, whereas AD knows how to hedge on the like pick and roll and be able to recover the block shots. So it's like his defensive game, I think, is more superior to Giannis because only Giannis, I feel, that uses his athleticism. But I just think that he's going to have to play in the post. I mean, we're best,
Yeah, regardless,
we're better
but
when we
he
go
won't be
small.
judged up against other centers if he starts as a power forward. Just like Mike said, regardless of how he's played on the court, well, we're still going to run you.
We're gonna put you
We're
right
going to
there.
put you right there.
man,
But sure, we'll
listen,
start you as a power
because,
forward,
I
and
mean-
everyone will consider you a power forward. Whatever you want to say.
shouldn't you have the mentality that I'll do whatever it takes to win?
He will.
You know,
I don't think he's not going to go in the post.
Yeah, I
if
just
the
think
ball-
if we have to run LeBron, Hachimura, and AD as the front court in the fourth quarter, we're gonna do that. Like regardless of what he wants to do, we're gonna run. And then, like you just said, we'll just do what we did against the Denver series. If we want to switch off and let Hachimura be the primary defender, that's cool.
Big
However, the aggression level of Jokic allowed Hachimura to be able to guard him.
Mhm.
Had it been Embiid is going to look at Hachimura as he's shrimp, like
He's
he's
gonna pound
fish
him.
food.
He's
I'm going to
gonna-
pound him.
Yeah.
Whereas is going to be looking to make the right play, and you're just in the way. Is going to be taking it as a personal challenge to get you in foul trouble. Like, this is not going to be an option for you tonight.
Mhm.
I'm going to go ahead and put 2 fouls on him real quick. You're going to sit him down. I need the other dude back so I can go ahead and dictate how you play. And so that's how I'm looking at it like that. Well, what it against Jokic, I think that Jokic has the temperament where he's guarding me. Whereas somebody like that's a really a center that comes to have that mentality, we'd be like, well, man, I gotta punish you. Give me the rock. He's too small. I gotta punish him. And so I don't know how that's gonna work going forward for every. That's why Christian Wood, I think, allows him to play that 4
Mhm.
and him to take a lot of that brunt. Those bigger centers.
And let
when he
AD
played.
come as the secondary.
Exactly.
defender, like you said, rebounder,
Exactly.
and secondary shot blocker.
Yeah. Yep.
Money.
Yeah, I mean, look, I agree. Like it's one of those things where I just want you to go out there, play basketball, be in whatever position you want to be, so you can be effective, and most importantly, be on the court. Don't get hurt. Those are my main things. And we need to go ahead and run the offense into that. I don't care, and he shouldn't care. And if I did care, and I really want to dissect what he's saying, it sounds like he's not willing to do whatever it takes for the team. It sounds like he's not confident in that situation, and that's what I don't like. You know what I mean? Because he's asking.
Why do you think he doesn't like to play center? Obviously we're speculating. Let's just speculate.
Listen, I probably would say it's a little bit of intimidation. You know what I mean? Like if you got to put yourself up against Embiid, you're not gonna probably be the best center in the game.
Yeah, but that also wouldn't be the best decision for the Lakers.
No, it wouldn't. But what I'm saying is
the Christian Wood and Jackson Hayes, those are great signings. Again, we're getting back to, in a sense, what we had in the bubble.
Well, look,
the big lineup.
I think at the end of the day, and this is what I really hope happens, is that we don't look at other teams and try to play like them.
Exactly.
I think we need to figure out how we're gonna play.
Yeah,
and make people adapt to that,
players,
right? So we don't need to. What I always hated about Golden State does what Golden State does. They shoot a whole lot of 3-pointers. we cannot make a team that's going to shoot a whole lot of 3-pointers.
Right.
Nobody was able to.
We can't,
No.
you know what I mean?
That's
Like I
big.
said.
And they tried. And
Yeah.
failed.
Yeah, everyone
Many
does.
teams and many
Houston.
GMs were fired
Right.
for trying.
Yeah. You have teams that want to quote unquote have twin towers. And so then, okay, we need to go in. No, we need whatever our identity is as a team, we need to have that identity and force them into playing with that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because that's how we're going to win. Us trying to play somebody else's style is not going to have us to win.
It never
We
worked.
have to oppose our will. That's why the Nuggets were so good, because Jokic just did what he did, and you would say, okay, well, we're going to double team him. Well, he's such a great passer, and he had people to pass to that would allow him to get triple doubles. That's why I always said, hey, let him get his points, but his biggest weapon is getting other people involved.
Just play him one-on-one.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So let's try to figure, that they stuck to what their game plan is. That's how they was able to win.
You know what's crazy about like Jokic right now, and I think it is this. I think was what like you made a good point, buddy, about we have to play our game, and we shouldn't adjust to others. Like we're gonna go down swinging doing what we do best.
Yeah.
Okay, we're not gonna go ahead and try to change our stuff just so we could be playing your game. I think it's interesting though that the Lakers have always had the best offensive, defense, whatever, like the overpowered center threat in the game when it was on. Historically. So anytime there was a center that was overpowered, we usually had that guy.
Right.
Shaq, Kareem, Wilt, even Mike, if you want to put him in there, we had that center. When the other centers, but we have Vlade Divac. I mean, yeah, Elijah was cool, but he didn't look like Shaq.
No.
He didn't look like a force of nature.
No.
Kareem looks like a force of nature. Like that's what it is. Jokic, in a way, is not physically imposing like those guys.
He's the
But
exception
on
to
the
nature.
on the freaking stat sheet,
Yeah.
he is exactly like those guys.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
He is literally getting 30-20 triple doubles. Like what he get a 30-point-20 rebound, 10 assists, triple doubles.
Not exciting at all.
And
When
it's
you watch him play.
but it is
It's
just so
fundamental.
devastating to see him. And then when he needs to shoot, he'll make the shot. So unassuming. I'll just make it.
And-
But I'm gonna just go back to these passes. So right now, the Lakers and our fan base gotta be feeling kind of weird right now that we really don't have the best big man in the game, which that used to be like pretty much our birthright.
But when's the last time we had the best big man?
I mean, but I'm talking about the like generational talent. I'm not talking about just the best center in the game.
yes.
I'm talking about there haven't been another Shaq putting up Shaq numbers since this dude. Okay, he's doing it when it counts. Shaq used to get 40-point, 20 rebound games in the playoffs. Embiid gets those games in the regular season, but
And
doesn't
the
show up in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Jokic's going to get those in the
And-
playoffs,
and-
in the finals, in the regular season. You know what I'm saying? So yes, we haven't seen anybody like that since Shaq. If you really looking at the stats, so it feels weird to me. I'm calling it out as it is. It feels weird to me because I'm not used to anybody having the best big man in the game.
You know what I think actually feels weird to you, Mike? We'll see what you think about this. It's not that we don't have the best big man in the game; it's that there's no shot of the Lakers getting the best big man in the game. And usually
That's pretty funny.
You're like, oh, he's good, but he's only a couple years away
We're
from the
gonna
Lakers.
pluck him.
Yeah, but there's no chance. He ain't going nowhere. He
nowhere.
ain't that guy.
He does not want to go anywhere.
He's not that guy.
Dude, he doesn't want to
So
go
there's
anywhere.
no chance. So now you're like, no, we really need to compete with him as
Yes.
opposed to just go get
Yes,
him.
we usually go buy him. And think about it.
You
It's
can't
like,
beat him, join him.
yeah,
That's it.
and
That's it, my man.
Denver looks so much like home. You know what I'm saying? With the
Oh,
snow
yeah,
and
yeah.
everything. Like, he ain't leaving.
And they love him. I was
Yeah,
just
they
up
love
there
him.
for Labor Day weekend.
Dude, he's the
They love him. in
yeah.
Colorado.
So it's like,
They could care less how boring it is.
Man,
It's like San
Hey,
Antonio.
Colorado is
Will be boring
happy
to
right
all
now.
our-
dude, they happy. They
Yes.
got the best man. They are on the map. Problem is though,
That coach.
they know exactly what they have to do. And let's be real, they need validation. If we're all talking about the bubble championship and
100%.
we haven't won any championship
100%.
and we can't get validation because of the bubble championship, just like the Milwaukee Bucks can't give validation because of their championship, Okay, they have to get validation because we don't do this one and done stuff. That's a flash in the pans. That's parody. We don't give a damn about that. You need to back it up. This is what we are. Our culture in the NBA is it don't count unless you go back to back.
I think
Got to go at least back to back.
I
at
honestly,
least Detroit.
You have to
back to back.
You have to. I would agree. You have to at least contend for the era, as far as one of the best teams in a specific era. So I would agree, which means you have to win more than one.
You got to win more than one.
Here's the difference with Denver, though. Like every other team that historically, they had some flash about them, something excitement. The nickname, the Bad Boys, Showtime. You know what I mean? Like all that stuff.
The Lake Show,
right? I mean, it was all always something. When you have the Nuggets and they won a championship, they're so unexciting, so unmarketable. So like they're still not getting commercials or
safe.
Yeah,
they are that. They are
safe.
Very safe
there's
champion.
Nothing. There really is nothing exciting about them, and really, you really kind of have to be like, "Hey, who wanted you?" Oh, that's right, it was the Nuggets. Like you don't go and say, "Hey, Lakers won championship this
and
year."
They had a championship.
If Boston, happy it didn't happen, but we would have been like, "Oh yeah, Boston won."
Yeah.
But literally, we kind of have to think about, who did win the championship? Yeah. Oh, that's right, it was the Nuggets. They're so like under the radar, not expecting it. Nobody. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of scouting reports saying that they're the team to beat. You know what I mean? There's just no flashiness about them that makes them have to go back to back, because that's the only thing that they will have is if they went back to back. Because they don't go back to back, they're going to be the forgotten championship, I feel.
Yeah, that's true because like you said, they're not flashy, but they're workmanlike. Something about that. So
I mean, do we really know all the starters?
Okay, so let me just say this. I just think that for major metropolitan cities like LA, New York, like Atlanta, Chicago, this team is not sexy. However, there's a whole other country that really resonates with the Denver Nuggets. It's like it's the team that beat those giant Lakers, brought them down to earth. I don't like those Lakers. Let's bring them down to earth. You know what I'm saying? They're going out there, they beat Jimmy Butler and all the other stuff. Like they're bringing all this. It's a different mentality of them. Like, and I see that there's people that rides with Denver. It's not flashy, but they kind of like it.
But who rides with Denver that's not living in Denver?
But what I'm saying is
betters. Per FanDuel Sportsbook NBA Finals betting odds currently for the 2024 NBA Championship, Boston Celtics plus 470.
Dude.
Okay. Denver Nuggets plus 480. Lakers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the list at plus 1,300. Miami Heat are above them at plus 1,000. And then you got Milwaukee Bucks in there. So bettors are seeing Boston and Denver.
Yep. And we have
so that's who sees them. Money. Follow the money, right? You have to presume. Yeah, you have to presume if they stay healthy, they're the team to beat, not just because they won, just because of how they won.
Well, they're the team to beat because they have the same team.
Yeah, and how impressive.
Like nobody's done any trades, any pickups.
No.
Do we even know have the Denver Nuggets made any transactions in the offseason?
Well, they lost. What's the guy? Did they lose
Brooks.
Brown? Did they lose Brown?
No, Brooks, sorry.
Oh, they did. Yeah,
they lost Brown. And to be honest with you,
a big thing.
that's a big loss because honestly, unless they replenish, unless they got somebody that come in and do his skill set, that dude killed us.
Mm-hmm.
That dude, when he came in the game, he literally was control of when we try to do bench for bench, he killed us. Yeah. He really killed. And he was a dog on defense. Like you're gonna miss a little bit of the mentality. So you got to have that person back. Whereas I think that the Lakers did improve. I don't know. I think we improved. And let's look. I know it's cool to say the Lakers got swept, but if you lose in 4 games by a total of 24 points,
you were there. You just
Okay, we
weren't-
we just didn't have the horses to finish the game.
and it matters that team went on to the championship
Right.
convincingly. That
Yes.
matters. It
Yes.
really does. Okay,
Yes.
and I don't care. That's not we're Laker fans. No. That matters. Denver didn't leave and then go to the next finals
And
round
then again, lay an egg.
and lay an egg. You know, and we're like, oh,
They-
geez.
the Lakers won their championship.
Look, we
Yeah.
got beat by the champions.
We did.
Bingo.
Thing is,
and you can say that.
so and I think I was talking to you, buddy, like about like
And Denver said that many a times.
Denver
On the other
is
side of the
so the
Lakers.
Lakers have motivation this year, right? We look at Denver, at least we know who's the enemy, who we need to attack.
And
Because
thank goodness for Coach Malone to give us that whiteboard material
Dude.
because Jamal Murray wasn't going to give it to us. Jokic wasn't going to give it to us. Coach, dude, blew it out of
and it's like
Thank you.
and so we have motivation, especially going against Denver. Okay. However, and I was telling Buddy about this. Denver also have motivation. They literally are not getting any respect. And the only way they have to get the respect, they have to take respect. So if they're really about it, if they're about it, like I want my team to be about it, I'll be like, oh, hell yeah, this is the opportunity prime for us to go out there and get that respect. I'm looking at the Lakers' motivation, like, of course you're going to go out there and beat Denver because of the fact they embarrassed y'all and you got it better and you want to show them that you're better. So, yes, I'm just looking at both of those, and both of them are going to have, the rubber is going to meet the road, man. You know what I'm saying? It's going to happen where both of them are going to have to get it on, and it's going to happen in the playoffs. And you got the little dudes from the north, the Golden State Warriors. They're going to, dude, this year
I don't think they're in it anymore.
this year is going to be, I mean, you got Phoenix. This year is
Phoenix is the team.
it's good.
And that was going to be our next point. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a quick little break. When we get back, we're going to talk about some of the other teams in the West. We're going to talk about Phoenix specifically because they got a lot better, guys.
Yep.
So we're going to talk about that and kind of see, what we see coming up here. All right. So don't go anywhere. You're watching the Profanity Nation podcast on infinitytv.com.
Profanity Nation.
Profanity Nation.
Profanity.
A podcast for the fans, by the fans. Dive deep into the topics the other shows miss. Raw and uncensored.
And he's going to play team ball. His legacy is at stake.
Rare, hard-hitting interviews with players, coaches, and you, the super fans.
I'm not hating. I'm like, okay, cool. Good.
3 championships in 5 years. He's more than good, bro.
Profanity Nation. Listen live or subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. Powered by Jesse Brown of Keller Williams.
And we're back. You're watching the Profanity Nation podcast. Thanks for sticking around. All right, guys. Excuse me. So we're talking about the teams that have made a difference in the West. We've talked about whether teams should adjust to the champion or not. Let's start with Phoenix, Money Mike. They definitely did not adjust to the champion.
Right.
They're going their own style, and they're forcing other teams to adjust. What do you think?
Look, I mean, that's what you're supposed to do. I mean, I'm an advocate of you trying your best to put your team together so that way you create your own style and try to make an impact. So what they did definitely it's going to change the trajectory. I actually want this year to be way more competitive. It was like a mediocre year. Like nobody really was.
But is that a
good.
competitive year?
Like parody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is that competitive, being that you really didn't know who
We
at
just
any-
didn't have.
No, we had no dominance.
We didn't have the
We had
dominant
no
team. We didn't have like 4 teams winning 58
That does make it
games.
funner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that were like you
So
know, it could go
I
either
kind
way.
of want that. Like I want us there. I want the top 4 to at least all have 55 games.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So that way you really get you get a feel of hierarchy. You know,
Right.
when everybody's right at 50, 48, 45, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like Everybody pretty much paid
It
500
doesn't feel
ball.
like anyone's elite or playing
Yeah.
elite ball.
Well, no,
Like,
it's
you wanna
not because
see-
what happened this year? There was no 60-win team. What
No, none. It was
so
no one.
that's a down year.
And
When's
see,
the
so
last
like
time
for
that
example,
happened?
the
I
Nuggets.
don't know. This is a down year.
If the Nuggets for sure need to win at least 60 games because
as the defending champion.
as a defending champion.
Show me.
Yeah,
Show me
that you
unless
guys really
somebody
want it.
get hurt, you got to show me.
Show me that you really, really want it.
Always bar injury.
Yeah.
and obviously I want us to be up
And
there.
if they don't, let's say they get in as the 8th seed, you're still scared.
I'm really not impressed.
Or you don't want that.
yeah, you're still worried.
I mean, well,
that
honestly kind of sort of it wasn't, but it kind of almost was.
Yeah.
Lakers, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Could've
you
been,
didn't really,
No one wanted
it
to
was
see us in it.
because we got so much. We sucked. We had a horrible team in the first half. After those trades deadline, we had a whole nother team. So the way we were looking into the season, starting off, we were like we weren't gonna make it, and the whole team changed. So yes, absolutely coming out the gate, man. I think the first 20 games, I need 15-5. 15
from Denver.
From Lakers.
Okay, I was gonna say
13-7 maybe at the
they definitely need to start strong
Worst.
because we know historically
They definitely got to be. I
They
would say
don't.
when you said 15-5, I was like 13-7 is a must.
Hey guys, I think we need to
Must.
step back. Actually, we need to regress. We've done this before. We need to go back to the preseason and say what we expect of the preseason because it counts.
See,
it matters.
I think the only reason why I can
brand new
say
team.
is different is because we had the sample size that we needed to show that this does work. This does work. The people that did make it happen, the one that put
Are
us
still
back
here.
in, are still here.
Yes.
So that team is going to have even more camaraderie. They're going to have even more chemistry. So I'm thinking, like, I don't expect us to have any kind of learning curve when we try to like acclimate Gabe Vincent in.
Second
Or
year
try-
coach. No.
Oh, second year coach,
Yep.
right? Knows exactly. Everyone can speak. Everybody knows the language. Everybody
Yep.
knows what his buzzwords are.
Mhm.
Everybody he knows how to coach certain players. He's going to try to get in. Did he make a decision between Cam Reddish and Max Christie? We don't know about that. He has Tarion Prince. He need to also, put on there. So it's just
Nice
like,
problems to have. This
very
time.
nice problems to have, dude.
Right.
We're 10 deep.
Look, the only players I don't want to see playing in the preseason is LeBron and AD.
Right.
And then everybody else needs to absolutely 100% play. And for the main reason is ain't nobody else gonna make the team.
Oh yeah,
our roster's
it's
full.
pretty much.
So
Y'all trying out for the G League.
Nobody really is trying out
on that
and
squad
trying to
that
make the
isn't
team or
one of
make the
top
cut.
14.
Yeah, so
14
you
squads already taken.
you just gotta play with your people because there's nobody on the bubble. Are they gonna make it? Whatever.
No.
Like, look, we on the G League,
It's
and if
clear.
somebody get hurt,
It's
you
so
make sure
clear,
you
though.
get it.
It's clear cut.
You know what I'm saying?
This team is
We
stacked.
got our 12. We got our 12 that's gonna shoot.
We got 12 for
You
sure.
know what I'm saying? So
And they have signed 3 two-way players.
right, you know what I'm saying? So,
We're pretty much.
yeah, we already know.
We're letting you audition for other teams.
Yeah, right.
At
There's
this point,
nobody.
if
There's
you
nobody
are-
on the bubble.
Or stick around.
There's nobody
'cause you
really
never
try
know.
out.
We'll
Or
call
the
you
G League.
up, stay on. Look, you said we've said it before. We'll say it again. South Bay, they're scouting the farming system that the Lakers have.
And that starts in November.
Second to
Y'all get
none.
ready for that.
second to
Yep.
none. So if I was a player, I might bet on myself like Austin Reeves did and say, I want to be with the Lakers organization. I think they're going to help me grow and give me the best opportunity. I might go that route.
How
with
crazy
a G League
is
player.
that? How crazy is that? Like, hey, we're not gonna draft you, but we want you. And so if you tell them everybody else not to draft you,
Mhm.
we're gonna bring you in
And give you a shot.
and we're gonna give you a roster spot. And guess what? You know what's so crazy about that? It's actually really, really smart. And here's the reason why. If I get drafted, I get my name called. But I gotta wait 4 years to get my money.
Right.
If I'm not drafted,
That's true. 2 years.
I get my money right. I get my money. I do good. I don't get my name called, but I get my money way quicker.
Right. Right.
Way quicker.
Right.
That's a
You
good
know what I'm
point.
saying?
That's a
So,
good point.
you know,
bet on
after
yourself
2
and you
years,
feel
it's
you
like,
can make a
yo.
change, yeah.
So now that dude right now is making more money
Yeah.
than
anyone drafted in the second
anyone
round.
drafted,
Anyone drafted.
In that second round.
first round draft pick.
Shoot, even in first round draft
Some of the
picks.
first rounds, yeah.
Because they let's say eligible for their extensions now.
Right.
He's in third.
So
he's in year 3.
LaMelo got his. But Anthony Edwards, he probably making more than Anthony Edwards, right?
Yeah, probably. I just gotta check it because more like because you know what's gonna happen. Ant is gonna get.
He's gonna get it.
Yeah, but I'm saying they haven't gotten it yet though. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So this dude actually got his money faster.
He's driving his
You
Rolls
know,
Royce.
He paying for drinks tonight.
Yeah, you know,
And 2 weeks.
he got his money faster.
That's a good point.
It's
a
crazy
really
how
good
that
point.
works, but it was like, hey, well, you know, I don't sign that 4-year
Mhm.
deal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
Yeah.
It really, really, really did work for
yeah,
him. That's
it's
for sure.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, really quick. Any other teams in the West other than Phoenix that made any big changes? We don't. Fear.
No,
Clippers.
Clippers
you
are
know,
what? I mean,
They just have to stay healthy, and then they, they'll look. They'll be in it if they stay healthy. Chances of them staying healthy is
staying healthy is like okay,
here's my question.
People
about
act like we're the problem. They're
the
really a
problem.
problem.
Here's my real question about Clippers: is it staying healthy or deciding to play?
both.
because it's a lot of I don't feel like playing today versus and not even sometimes
Mhm,
it's injury, but it's a lot of I don't feel like playing today.
And think about this, dude. Isn't that the best franchise that you could get away with that stuff at?
Yeah, 100%.
Because they want you so bad, they will
They
allow
need you.
you.
They're so-
They
they're
need
so
you. They're
thirsty.
oh my God, it's so thirsty. So they won't even press you. If you want to take that extra game or that
San
extra day
Antonio
off,
said,
yeah, no, you're not doing that. We got too many championships.
"You're out here."
Yeah,
So
done.
here's a real
Thank you for your services.
The Clippers are like, "Thank you."
Right, we'll take all of
Thank
it.
you,
Oh my
please.
God,
Yes, I'll
please,
take anything.
Yes.
Here's the real question: they're building a new arena?
Yep.
Do they realize that everybody's excited to go to the new arena to watch the other team?
Oh yeah,
Because that's been, not because I'm a Laker fan, but that literally is a rumbling I've been hearing. Like,
That
I
what?
can't. That they're going to watch, like, oh my God, when the Lakers play, I can't wait to go to Intuit Arena to see the Lakers. I can't wait to go to Intuit Arena to see Wemby. I can't wait to see Intuit Arena.
Well, they'll
arena.
go there.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But they're going there to watch the other team.
Yes.
They're going to this new arena,
Mhm.
not to
Because
watch
it's
Clippers.
a cheaper ticket to
They're
see the other
going
stars.
there to watch the other team.
Because the
Yes.
next night they're going to play at Crypto
Yeah.
against the Lakers
Right.
because it's
Yeah.
going to be
And-
like
back
and
to
it's
back.
gonna be
back to
expensive.
back or one night difference, and teams are going
it's
to
gonna-
love
so-
it
Yep.
because they always stay in
So,
LA.
so it's going to be
Yep.
a cheaper ticket to go
But probably back
to
to back.
Intuit Arena, and they're going to be like, man, this arena is really, really nice, and can't wait to see.
Where are they
LaMelo
going to
Ball.
stay?
Oh,
Now we know what they stay. They stay at the
That
Ritz
Marriott.
or whatever.
They're probably
Marriott.
going to set the Marriott.
Where do they?
I
stay
know.
there?
Well, this
Down by,
is what I would say. I know the Dolphins were, they came in
Yeah.
SoFi,
Yeah.
and they were at the Marriott.
Okay, so everyone
for
stays
the
there. They
Chargers.
just travel south. All
So I mean, it's down the street. So,
right. It's
Okay.
not that bad.
yeah. So hey.
All right. We talked about a Laker player, Laker star. He bet on himself. He got paid. He decided to hold out. Of course, we're talking about Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves leads us to Team USA. Stat Pat.
They got look, Team USC had a good run for who they brought. Okay. They didn't bring the A team, obviously. They didn't bring the B team. Let's be real. They didn't bring the B team. I mean, Trey Young was mad that he wasn't picked for this team, right?
Mhm.
Because he saw, let's be real, Trey Young knows if I'm going to be on a team in the United States, it's going to be here. Because I'm not going to beat out Kyrie, Steph Curry, I mean, even if Ja Morant might get picked up, you know what I'm saying? So you're not beating these guys out.
That's if he can get through the metal detector.
So you have Team USA did not play. We did not medal. So we came in, I think, 4th place, and we didn't medal. And so,
Let me ask you about that though.
yes,
It's a serious question. When we did not medal, let's say 20 years ago, it was an embarrassment
yes,
for us not to medal.
But was
Right.
it an embarrassment in FIBA or Olympics?
Well, the USA was so dominant back
Right.
20 years ago,
right,
that it was a already
Foregone
conclusion, exactly.
Sure,
To that
sure.
that the USA was going to win.
Right.
Obviously now, because the international game, thanks to David Stern and the NBA, the international game has caught up, right? And we actually pick all the international people and bring them over to the NBA so we can still be the most premier league in the world.
Yeah.
But with that being said, it shouldn't be that much of a surprise if we don't win against the world, right? Like, because those players are able to go to their born country,
Correct,
and play for that team.
Right.
You know, so
many NBA players are playing for other.
yeah. So
national teams.
is it like? I mean, I mean, obviously, we always should try to put our best foot forward, but with the understanding that us putting our best team, we may not win. You know, I'm kind of playing devil's advocate here, but look, the world has caught up to the basketball style, the basketball game. So, you know, is it that much of a surprise when we look at the team that we put on the court that we ain't gonna make that?
Well, no, it's not a surprise. However, we are 30 years since the Dream Team.
Yeah.
So basically, the Dream Team was just really sticking our toe into the international market. Ever since then,
Right.
I mean, think about it. If it's 30 years, that people that were playing had kids that grew up and are now in the NBA. You see what I'm saying? They're internationally. Now, difference between, I guess, us and them and this FIBA tournament, they still sending their best. They're not sending the B squad. They're not sending the C squad. So if we're measuring,
they're even pulling their
them,
best
how
NBA players.
We don't know how far they have caught up until the Olympics. That's what we know, because we know that. We know that. That's our best against your best. Your best is up there, and we lose in, got you. But if I'm sending out Brunson, and I'm sending out Halliburton, I'm sending out Reeves, and I'm sending out these Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram looked terrible in this FIBA tournament. Okay, and we bring it out this, and we lose. But you bring it in Jokic, or you bring it in Doncic.
No,
like you
come on, bringing in Dennis Schroeder, MVP.
Dennis, MVP. I understand that. I'm just, but
is that not redemption, guys?
I mean, I think it's hilarious.
Passes on the money for the Lakers, takes like a minimum deal, comes back now, signs a deal, and becomes MVP. I mean, that's.
I say this. I'm happy for him.
I'm happy for him
because he that 4-year, $84 million contract that he just.
Hey,
turned
you know what
down.
I call it? You know what I call all that though? Rich people problems. Because he ain't missed not one steak.
Yeah.
So he just had somebody had to pay for a couple of those bills.
Yeah.
When he went to Lakers, LeBron picked up the bill. He couldn't say, "I got this one for you, LeBron."
So that leads us to, what are they going to do about it?
The Levengers is coming, man.
Oh no, the Levengers.
The Levengers are coming. We know what it is. You done messed up.
All right.
You done messed up. You got, KD's coming. Kyrie's coming. Steph's coming. Jimmy Butler's coming. Okay, these cats are coming. They're even talking about, can we get Embiid on the team?
No,
that's what he was talking about.
No.
Hey, guess what? Before you say no, guess who was on the 96 Olympic team? Akeem Olajuwon. Okay, before you say no, Akeem Olajuwon was on the 96 Olympic team.
Wait.
Duncan never played for.
But let me ask you.
Yeah, hell yeah, it did. The Virgin Islands is a United States territory.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, but Akeem Olajuwon, he was from Africa now.
But he played for the U.S.
Would Akeem right now play for the USA or Africa?
If he had that,
I think he would play for Africa now.
Yeah, just get smoked.
Yeah, I'm just saying. But I think he would, though.
I don't know. I don't know.
It would be the PC.
Oh no,
it would be the PC thing.
I think it would. Like,
he's looking at. He's gonna get some numbers here.
I got you.
Stat's working on finding some information about
Stat Pat.
All right. What we're gonna do really quick? Hold tight. What we're gonna do when we come back?
We got to get into a little.
Yeah, we're gonna get into football, of course. We got to get NFL. It started. We're gonna talk about our boy Aaron Rodgers and all of that. So don't go anywhere. You're watching the Profanity Nation podcast. We'll be right back. United One Protection Services. With over 30 years of experience, United One Protection Services has more expertise and knowledge than the other security companies combined. Residential, commercial, municipal, or institutional, United One Protection Services does more than just security. We protect your livelihood. United One Protection Services. And we're back. The Profanity Nation podcast. What'd you find, Mr. Stat?
Well, my little research was that Akeem Olajuwon did play on the 96 Olympic team, along with this list. Okay, check this out. You got Charles Barkley, Anthony Hardaway, Grant Hill, Karl Malone, Reggie Miller, Akeem Olajuwon, Shaquille O'Neal, Gary Payton, Scottie Pippen, Mitch Richmond, David Robinson, and John Stockton.
Damn.
Bro, how we gonna lose that? We can't lose that,
dude.
We can't lose that.
I just realized John Stockton was the only one that came back on the Dream Team.
Yeah. It's Scottie Pippen and Charles Barkley.
Yeah, well, no, Pippen wasn't on the Dream Team, was he?
Bruh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, he was.
Okay.
And Barkley.
Yeah.
So I
Okay,
mean,
yeah. Okay,
Reggie Miller was on Dream Team too.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he didn't play on the first one. He was the one when he played like with Isaiah Thomas on Dream Team 2.
Yeah.
He didn't play Dream Team 1.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Embiid, they were trying to talk his ass in it. I'm just saying
That's hilarious.
we are going to gear up so crazy because at the end of time, at the end of the day, let's be real. This is the last one of all of these people are going to be able to play these
superstars. Yes.
These superstars.
LeBron's not
LeBron is
playing.
the last one for LeBron.
Yep. AD won't be in that one.
AD probably won't do the next one. Curry might not be in the next one.
Though?
What? What do we want?
Do you want that?
What do you want to win?
Okay.
Do you want to win?
Listen.
Or do you want to look good losing?
Hang on.
Do you want to win or do you want to look good losing?
Deeper, Mike. This
I want to win.
Wait. What are we talking about? Gold medal or Laker championship?
Both.
I'm just asking.
No, but see, this goes deeper. Hang on. Let's stick with Team USA for a second.
I'm just asking because this dude something. We signed. Sorry to cut you off, Simpson, but we signed this dude for 3 more years. Do we want any more miles on this dude? Body?
Oh, I don't.
Like, so why are we doing this?
But what are we gonna do?
You're gonna do it anyway. But they'll use.
What are the Lakers gonna do? The Lakers gonna say you can't do it?
No.
You want that PR?
Listen, how this is. There's.
I don't want to do it.
There's more than 2024 on the line for the Olympics, guys. 2028. 2028.
It's gonna be here
in LA. They have to be the returning. They have to be the returning champions coming back to the States, and to come and defend that gold medal.
Can we win the gold medal without LeBron?
Yes,
and we're gonna have to do it in 2028.
And AD, because I do not want AD on the team. And AD over there talking about he wants the team. I mean, come on now.
Yeah,
I'm trying to protect my investment, and I'm only gonna buy a few tickets this year to pay his salary. You know what I'm saying? But do we want?
But we have a show, man.
I mean, I'm just saying.
We have a show to think about.
Where's your patriotism, man? Where's your patriotism, man?
Man, but listen,
you're not willing to sacrifice for the country, my man.
And I'm proud to be an American.
Come on.
Okay. Let's go to football. Am I the only one that saw Aaron Rodgers play 3 snaps?
4.
Well,
okay.
5
4.
if you count the Achilles.
Right.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? And now he's out for the season.
Did he ever actually play that snap?
Yeah. Am I the only one? They said it was an ankle, dude. They said an ankle. And now this dude MRI.
Well,
so
we've seen enough.
We don't want any. Do we want anything? We've seen LeBron get a couple injuries and be out for 20, 30 games. We know what AD. We afraid when AD play with us, and we want him to play with us. Yeah. Do we want that dude to go?
We even seen Kobe go down with the Achilles.
At
this age.
Yes. It's really
like look. I mean, do I want to win a gold medal? Yes. Do I want to win a gold medal on the bats of not winning an NBA championship?
Or competing at least for the next 2 years?
I mean, you could just go back to 2008. 2008 to me was bittersweet Because 2008, we played Boston in the championship. We lost that. The summer, Kobe gets in there, and Kobe won, and he part of the redeem team, and he had this genuine glee, and he was happy. But I was happy too because he got his gold medal. But at the same time, I'm still mad because we lost the championship about 4 months. But
Kobe still was young.
But what I'm saying is, you're asking the same question now, but Kobe Bryant is not the person. You don't want to lose a championship and win a gold medal. I'm saying we lived through that in the same year. We lived through that. I don't want to do it, but at the same time, I mean, that's a great consolation prize.
Yeah, but did that potentially rob us of Kobe after 2016 or so when he tore his Achilles?
You mean that Olympics?
Adding those miles. Now he would say
probably, no, that was D'Antoni's fault.
he always blames the guy.
That was D'Antoni's fault.
Probably. I mean,
okay.
Probably.
All right, what else with football, guys?
Man, okay. First of all,
yes,
week 1 is always an amazing. It's an amazing thing for football to come back up. It's a joy. I hate that freaking Sunday Ticket is on YouTube. I think that's the craziest, dumbest thing ever done. It seems like I see them the way that they're advertising. You can tell nobody's buying it.
It's really
they're like overly advertising, So I don't think nobody is rocking with it because they didn't realize that people don't want to get an app. They don't
want to leave the TV.
They don't. I mean, a lot of people, the young people are cord cutters, and they'll go and they'll get the app and get HBO and all that other stuff. But there's some 55, 60, 65 year that still want to watch that cable.
Yeah.
And they're the ones that keeps the cord.
Yeah.
And they're the ones that pay the dollars.
Right. Yep. And they're the ones that say they want to sit at home all day and watch football. And they're not really gonna get an app.
Yeah.
On YouTube and do that.
Yeah, it's kind of
weird. Try to figure it out. So
yep.
I think that was I think it's gonna be not a fail, but a loss to
in the world of entertainment, especially sports entertainment. NFL is the biggest dog, in the field. So if anyone can do it, they can do it, right? They can force it. So what do you think about it? Do you think it's just a sign of the times and just a more maybe NBA pass, things like that are going to go that route, or what do you think?
Well, the thing about the NFL product, it just has a lot of things going for it that the other major sports don't have. They have a short season. Okay, that's one thing that works in their favor.
So every game counts.
Every game counts, and they play once a week, so they are able to have a game and market that game for a whole week to get you hyped up for the game. Okay. Whereas you might look at a Laker road trip and oh shoot, they're gonna play Philly, Boston, and I don't know, Chicago on that trip. And you're like, okay, those are gonna be good games, but after you play one, you gotta play another one, and you don't get the build up like you would, right? So the product, and it's a lot of games, right? Where you said before, each game counts is going, just playoffs, but it's really, really like you not to watch every game. So I think that's where the separation between the NFL and the NBA comes in, or even like they tried to do that baseball package. I used to work at Spectrum.
Yep.
You try to sell that baseball package, they're like, "What are you talking about? 182 games?
Yeah,
I'm not gonna be around for 182. Like that's crazy as hell.
You can DVR
for real. They got day games. They got to go to work.
I'm not getting paid like the players.
You know what I'm saying? They got double headers. What the hell are you talking about? Like please, no. Like you got 16 games or 17 now. And you watch those 17. It's on Sunday. You get to watch it. I think though,
one of 3 days a week now.
Right. Well, yeah.
Sunday,
right now we're going to have a
Thursday.
Friday. They try to sneak into the Friday, man. High school sports, man. You better not even think about trying to take away Friday Night Lights for the kids. But I just think that the product is going to be. If anybody can make the package work, they're going to make it work.
They're the only ones who can.
They were only ones that can, and they will.
Okay.
It will.
But apparently, Mike, it's coming out. You think it's right now it's hitting like a dud.
Yeah, I think it's kind of dumb because here's the thing about it is like even when I had Sunday Ticket, I really didn't watch the football. I mean, it was cool. I the Raiders to play. I find what happens is I'm a Raider fan, so good, cool. I get to watch every Raider game.
Yeah,
that's the cool part about it. But hey, if I got Red Zone. For the
better than anything.
You know what I mean?
Red
And I
Zone's
still
awesome.
can get Red
Red
Zone, right?
That's
So
all you need to watch.
Yeah, I can still get Red Zone. So Red Zone was part of the Sunday Ticket package. To me, Red Zone is more valuable than actually being able to watch every game.
I agree.
Because guess what? If I turn on the Red Zone, I play fantasy football. We all play fantasy football.
The Red Zone is best.
We know what's going on in every game, and we don't have to watch the whole game. Anytime they in there,
we want to see the scores.
We see the scores, and we have to see them. We have to look at every penalty. We have to every offside, none of that. When they about to score, when they about to score, we about to go see that. They still can watch. We can still watch Red Zone and still get our fits.
Yeah.
So that's why I think it's an unfortunate thing. For Google rich people problems again, but hey, I think Sunday Ticket is should never have left.
I think if people are getting a fatigue with having to find where to watch their sport, it's just getting old. You have Charter Spectrum now having their disagreement with Disney, which they lost ESPN.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Dude, they always do this. I work for Spectrum. They're doing this all the time.
It happens all the time.
God.
And then you have
but it's different though now because it's not. Let me tell you that it's not different. It's freaking 7 though. So 7 is Disney.
Yes, Disney.
It's Disney.
It's Disney. It's a problem
Channel
now.
7. It's ESPN. It's like they own so much.
Yep.
So it's not like listen. Right now, DirecTV they having a dispute with Channel 5. Okay, cool.
Whatever.
That means that I can watch the marathon in March. You know what I'm saying?
Hey. What about the Rose Parade? That's the best channel.
Right? Oh, you better.
Those two things. But there is literally there is a dispute right now. Been going on for 2 months. Right?
Oh my goodness.
I cannot watch Channel 5 on DirecTV, and nobody's talking about that because it's Channel 5. But Disney owns so much.
Yeah, so much.
It's a different type of impact.
Disney kills your sports. It kills your sports
and your kids.
and
now
your
your kids can't watch Disney.
So that's why when I was at sports, when I was at Spectrum, and they had the Viacom dispute.
Right.
So I was there, and that was Channel 2. That's also NFL.
Mm-hmm.
That's also
CBS.
Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
That's also MTV. That's also VH1.
Yeah.
That's all these shows. You're like, wait.
Yeah, it's different.
Hey.
It's different. We gotta resolve this.
We gotta come to the table. We gotta come to the table.
We gotta resolve.
Channel 5, like, okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Channel, you better find Sling.
For 2 months, we did not have Channel 5, and I do not care. I'm like, oh, that's right, we're on Channel 5. Yeah. And that's going, and I turned to the channel. But Disney, you can't do that.
You're like,
Kevin Eubanks.
Kevin Eubanks. Okay, it's all good. Channel 5 is great. We love you.
Hey, shout out to Channel 5.
But it's not the same as Channel 7 or ESPN or all the channels that come with it. But I just think people are getting fatigued. I think they're tired. For example, we cover the Sparks here. So, of course, LA Sparks Weekly. Shout out to everybody there. Every week to catch the Sparks, it's on a different location. They play literally on Twitter, and then sometimes they'll play on Ion. Other times they're on Spectrum, but not Spectrum, the channel on TV, only Spectrum Online. Then other times it's available on the WNBA League Pass, but other times it's not available on WNBA League Pass.
But you know what's cool about that?
Oh my God.
I could pay $3 and go.
Yeah, that's true.
I could pay $3.
But when they're on the road, it's always a challenge to find the game.
Yeah,
that's crazy. That's crazy.
I could tell you I just think people are fatigued. They just want to turn on the TV and just watch what they want to watch. I just turn on the TV and watch what I want to watch?
Entertain me.
We pay a lot.
Yes.
You definitely want a common place. That's one of the big getting back into football. That's the biggest problem with the Pac-12 channel, right? Because the Pac-12 does not allow. I mean, it's so limited in what you have to go get, and it's a region that you have to we're on the West Coast, so you have to like the West Coast games, and that's why that contract is terrible because now that prevents the people who want to see USC,
Yes.
Utah, Colorado, you can watch every week apparently.
Right.
But
ESPN took them.
Right. You know what I'm saying? But that's the biggest thing though, when we have all these particular networks and then they try to, will you come over here and watch that? It just makes it not worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
but they all of these networks, media problems, all this stuff that we can't get our channels, all of that is just out of bounds, you guys.
Yeah, it is 100%. 100%.
And if you watch the show, if you're a fan or if you follow, then you know it's time for a segment we call Money Mike's Out of Bounds. Money Mike's going to share his thoughts or opinions on a topic, and it's really simple. He just wants to know, are those thoughts in bounds or out of bounds? Money Mike?
Hey, man, I love this. I love this, man.
All right.
I think everybody's going to agree with me. It's very, very simple. First of all, I got to say before I get into the out of bounds, I don't know if y'all know what Simpson's real name is, but his name was Jeff Sims. And our guy, in Colorado was the quarterback name was Jeff Sims. And Jeff Sims had 3 fumbles and an interception.
Nebraska quarterback, right?
and for Nebraska when they went up against Colorado. But look, my out of bounds is real simple, man. Like out of everything that everybody has seen in the last 4 or 5 years, there's this coach named Deion Sanders who is a Hall of Famer in the NFL. Great motivational speaker, always inspires you. He has a arrogance about him that you either love or you hate. But am I out of bounds to say that Deion Sanders is one of the best college football coaches in the nation right now?
Oh, 100%. And I'm gonna tell you why.
100% what?
He is in bounds.
All right.
Because one thing about Deion Sanders is that Deion Sanders is able to talk to the athlete. The athlete, what I'm talking about, he's able to talk about the life and stuff that goes along with being a high-profile athlete. No one really knows what that is. Even Nick Saban could guide you all he wants to tell you what you should do, and if you just follow these rules, you're never going to go down this path. And he'll lay it out. All those coaches are going to feel that they could do that for you. However, when you see Coach Prime and you see Deion, and we're of the age where we remember prime time being prime time. Dude, prime time, I ain't gonna say it like this, but prime time was hella black, unapologetically black. Had the straight up, had the Jerry curl, had the with the EKs on. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Had the gold chain, had the leather jacket. He was unapologetically black, and he was doing that and navigating life while he was high profile, as he being braggadocious, as he's doing that on the field. He is just being like, put the spotlight on me, and I'm going to handle it all, and I'm going to maintain excellence. So now I'm a coach. Who better to talk to Coach Prime other about life and football? He gonna tell you how to navigate life, because guess what? You know all the pitfalls. He had to deal with it. He was with the Cowboys. Right. While they were going through that crazy stuff with the Cowboys. He understands how to navigate that stuff. So if you just want to go ahead and talk about life, he got you. If you want to talk about the X's and O's about football, he got you there too, because guess what? You're only talking to the best quarterback to ever played the game. So now you got the reverence, you got their attention, you're able to go ahead and be able, whatever you say, you're going to get them. And I don't know if y'all been looking at the pregame show, pregame speeches, postgame speeches. This dude will make you want to run through a brick wall. Right. So I'm just saying, yes, you 100%. Right now, he got something cooking. I think a lot of these kids in high school want to, they want to taste it, but they want to taste. So I think you're 100% in bounds, dude.
All right. So I'm going to say in bounds. I'm definitely going to say in bounds. And it just kind of makes me laugh a little bit, because I get the reminiscence of the movie Waterboy, and how many other schools now are going to run out and try and snap up these other players as coaches, and it's just like every water boy would snap them, and all these teams are
it would get killed.
They're going to try and replicate them, and all these players are going to be coaches. It's going to explode.
It's not going to go right.
Yeah, it's not going to work because you're right. He's dynamic. He has the experience. Who better to take that role? Now, whether or not he's one of the best college football coaches right now at this time, you have to say yes. It's early in the season, but that's an honor that you have to give over longevity. Yeah. But he's on his way, that's for sure, and he commands all the respect as a player coach that you've mentioned. Yeah. He's unquestionable. When you say this is the way it should be, who's going to deny that? He's done it. He's been there. So absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, and look, the reason why, I mean, obviously, if you look at his record, people would say he's crazy because he hasn't been a coach that long. But what people have to understand is it's one thing to have talent, and you obviously need to have talent. But he brings out a mentality along with that talent that no other coach, I believe, is able to bring.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So, like, I feel like Caleb Williams is a great quarterback, right, for USC. And I'm a USC fan.
Yeah.
But if he actually had the mentality along with that quarterback, can you imagine how much greater he could be?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he makes them, like you said, want to run through a brick wall for you. And you have that talent.
Yeah.
Right. And look, the best part of it is so genuine. It's not fake.
It's not fake, bro.
It's
really, not.
He really means that. Like, I don't know if you saw against TCU, the quarterback, ironically, wasn't his son, but he got the running back got hurt, and he had recruited him, but he decided to go to TCU. He went over there to him and said, "Hey, man, you got to get up. You got to perform for them." And he went to the opposing team running back who was killing them. Who was killing the defensive line and said, "Hey, man, you got to get up and do what you do." Who does that?
No.
Nobody does that. Every other team is like, cool, he hurt, now we're going to win. But he really invests in the men, which I love.
Yes.
And he puts and he's hated and loved at the same time. Man, he's a Floyd Mayweather
exactly. That's a great analogy. I would say that because he is that polarizing figure where it's you love him or you hate him.
Yeah.
And the thing is, but at the same time, at the end of the day, I get results. Yes. So you can hate me all you want, but at the same, I'm gonna keep on winning. Mm-hmm. But you're not gonna dim my light. Like there's no one in this planet is going to dim. This dude is walking around with 2 amputated toes. You wouldn't know it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't even know.
All those things were black and dead anyway.
You know what I'm saying? He out there still living life. He still got that same swagger with 2 amputated toes.
Yeah.
For real.
And you know what the thing is for whatever reason he was flashy, he was this. But you get the feeling because he's so hard that his players aren't going to mess around. They're not going to mess up. They're not going to get in
they
trouble.
know better.
Yeah, they're not going to get in trouble.
Let me explain something to you.
You know what I mean?
Let me explain something to you. They know better.
Yeah.
There you go.
Because he lets them know. He lets them know. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't listen.
Congratulations to the staff at Colorado for that decision to take that risk.
They're paying dividends.
Denver, Colorado is excited right now
because other schools are out there right now with the Waterboy effect.
Chad Ochocinco about to get.
They're just going to keep going.
Chad Terrell Owens about to get a job.
Yeah. Tell you who said it first? Who said it first? Profanity Nation podcast. We said it first.
Who's the next? Who's the next?
Yeah, who's the next? They're definitely going to try. There's
shoot.
never one and done. They always try and replicate.
We want one too.
Yeah, they often imitate, but can never duplicate. All right, here we go, guys. All right, thank you so much. We will be back next week.
Richard Sherman, he'd be good.
See,
ponder all of it. All right, so until next week, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for watching the Profanity Nation podcast. We'll see you next Tuesday night at 8:30 p.m.
Peace.
Peace.